got the Emperor's Massacre of the Thunder Warriors Explained. Let's go.
G'day guys and gal. Everything, no matter how epic or reliable, has an expiration date. Even the most steadfast, seemingly indestructible tools eventually need to be discarded. The Thunder Warriors were not even close to being the most steadfast, reliable, or permanent of the Emperor's warriors. Their lifespans were shorter than an age-stricken African's, and that wasn't just because they had to fight techno-barbarian warlords. They were a rushed, crude, but effective weapon.
Bro, no lie. Like, whenever I heard of the Thunder Warriors, y'all, like, I'm thinking, oh yeah, bro, these guys are da-da-da-da. And then I heard that the Emperor just threw them away. I heard that the Emperor just replaced these boys like an iPhone, bro. You listen, I know some of you guys out there, first of all, let me say this real quick. I know some of you guys out there, bro, are iPhone victims. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I do got the iPhone, y'all, but I don't got the newest iPhone. Bro, I'm going to just keep it real for what it is. If you got the iPhone and you keep upgrading the iPhone year after year after year, you're a victim, bro. There are people that I know who got the iPhone 7, who got the iPhone 6, the iPhone 5. Still pushing it to this day. Bro, let's keep it real for what it is. If you're one of those iPhone victims, you need help. Unless you're like a content creator or whatever, then I understand, because what a lot of iPhone content creators, or not even a lot of iPhone content creators, what a lot of like technology, creators do is they will like, I shouldn't even be saying this, but like, I think everybody at Apple knows this. Yo, what they would do is if there's like a new iPhone coming out, the guy or the girl, whoever's doing like a little technology like content creator, bro, they would go and buy the new iPhone. That's like $1,000. Obviously, it's like it's the first day. They would go spend that $1,000 plus tax. They would spend it, come back, make a video on it, whatever, and then put it back in a box and get a refund. It's a finesse. It's a straight up finesse. So if you're like a little technology person out there, bro, you could definitely just do that. You can start like finessing like that.
For what the Emperor needed them to do. However, instead of just retiring them as heroes, the Emperor opted for a significantly faster and arguably more efficient method, betraying and massacring all of them. But was that the right call? Did the culling of the Thunder Warriors ironically create the foundation of the Emperor's demise?
I never knew how, okay, I'll keep it real. I never knew how powerful like the Thunder Warriors are. I mean, to a point to where if you gotta like, get rid of those guys, or like, if you gotta like, erase project and just like clean those dudes out to make more, then I don't think they was like that powerful. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all.
It's an interesting thought, so let's dive into it. Before we get started, I've created...
Alright.
The Thunder Warriors were incredibly powerful, even more powerful than Space Marines. This is proven in the lore time and time again, as Thunder Warriors consistently fuck Space Marines shit up. However, they spec'd way too hard into strength and put no points into longevity. See, they were crude brutes made with powerful but unsophisticated genecraft. They served a single purpose, and that was to kill the Emperor's enemies. For the Unification Wars, this was great. There were powerful enemies everywhere. Despite it being an irradiated hellhole, Terra was still full of powerful warlords with Dark Age of technology weaponry. Some of those that opposed the Emperor were Perpetuals themselves. It was a brute force solution to a brutal problem, but when it came to conquering the galaxy, the Emperor needed something more sophisticated. He needed versatile, inspiring warriors who could adapt to the various unknown horrors of the galaxy, whilst also appearing to human civilizations as these saviors returned to bring them back into humanity's empire. The Imperium preferred peaceful compliances, as it maintained a world's loyalty, structure, wealth, and even allowed for the uncovering of new technologies that could be integrated into the Imperium. Bombing everyone's fucking tits off was also effective, but it destroyed culture and potential. The Thunder Warriors, on the other hand, were these vicious brutes, crude bullies. They were not inspiring, and they were not versatile. Sure, in a straight-up pitch battle, 100 Thunder Warriors would crush 100 Space Marines, but in a full-on war, the Space Marines would dominate due to superior tactics and cohesion. Another issue with the
so these guys, they were knuckleheads. These guys were dum-dums. These guys, they went into the battle with no plan. Like, these guys were like just level 1, just bumps. These guys were brown shirts from 2K. Okay, I get it. So these guys, like, they were basically like bullies or whatever. Okay, I understand that. Okay.
The Warriors was that their bodies and minds degraded at an accelerated rate due to the powerful yet unstable modifications wrought upon their bodies. Their bodies would succumb to cancers and tumours, which also melted their minds. So some would just go berserk in or out of battle. When the Space Marine project was nearly finished, and genuine Astartes began rolling off the line and entering the late Unification Wars, the Emperor stopped making new Thunder Warriors, hoping that they would naturally die out by being thrown into the most grueling war zones. Warriors. However, so great were these warriors that many of them would actually survive until the end of the Unification Wars, leaving the Emperor in a bit of a predicament. See, despite their growing mental instability, the Thunder Warriors were fiercely loyal to the Emperor and were celebrated as heroes by the Imperium, but the Emperor could not use them for off-world conquering. He could not allow his celebrated veterans to devolve into a bunch of mindless brutes and throw them at nearby worlds. It would be a bad look for the Imperium. I mean, the Night Lords and the World Eaters ended up being a lot worse, but at the time, the Emperor wanted everything to be shiny and clean, as his main focus was on the Crusade, not the Webway project, where he didn't really care about optics by the end. He also couldn't reintegrate the Thunder Warriors into the population or retire them, as their mental instability would risk them going on rampages through the Imperial populations.
Just crash outs. I see why he got rid of these bums. Just straight up crash outs, bro. So not only was these guys dum-dums and brown shirts from 2K, these guys were crash outs, y'all. Bro, if you were to look at these dudes wrong, GG's. They're blowing up your house. So these guys were full-on crash outs. Okay, I would have got rid of them too.
Not great for marketing. Putting them all into stasis or making them undergo advanced surgeries to stabilize them could have been an option, but the Emperor honestly just couldn't be fucked and needed his Thunder Warrior problem dealt with. So when the final war for unification was won by the Thunder Warriors at Mount Ararat, it was time to act. As the remaining Thunder Legions celebrated, the Emperor stood on a ridge above them and gave them one last honoring. After all, the Emperor was still a man and still had emotions. It's not like he would have jerked himself off to the idea of massacring the warriors who won terror for him. The Emperor then walked away and gave the order for his Custodes to begin the massacre. Now, the details of the massacre itself are a bit sketchy. We don't have any POVs from the massacre itself. More so,
bro, he set them boys up crazy. So basically, yo, on the side, he was making the Custodes, right? And then he was like, yo, when I give you the word, y'all go in there and just go crazy. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's a reason why I created y'all and why I'm getting rid of them. You guys are the, y'all are the new guys, y'all are the replacements, da-da-da-da. Yo, when I snap my fingers, like these, when I snap my fingers, go do the job. Go get rid of them. Them boy, yo, I bet when the Custodes walked into that room full of Thunder Warriors, yo, they was in there playing 2K, hitting the duck pack and everything, bro. Caught off guard completely.
Just a vague recounting from a Thunder Warrior who was there. But this is what we know. The Emperor himself most likely didn't take part in the culling. It's not even entirely clear if he was at the battle to begin with, but I do believe he would be present for the final Battle of Unity, and I do think he would have at least had the decency to fight beside his Thunder Legion in their last glorious battle. We know for certain that the Custodians did the majority of the culling, as the Emperor knew that simple Auxilar or even Space Marines wouldn't be enough for it. However, it does seem like the early Dark Angels were also involved as support. The battle was extremely one-sided. The Thunder Warriors were in a kill zone without any cover, out of ammo, worn out, and taken completely off guard by a superior force.
I told you, GG's. No matter what they was gonna lose. Yo, the Emperor, yo, he's so mad, he's so diabolical and so messed up. Yo, he didn't even give these guys any, yo, he didn't even let them know. Bro, he legit gave the Custodians, bro, he gave them the drop. He's like, yo, they're gonna be right here. I'm gonna purposely take all the ammo, so whenever they do reach back for ammo, there's not gonna be nothing there. Yo, it's GG's for them. Yo, the way he set them up was absolutely diabolical, bro. This is worse. Yo, this is a worse setup than what's his name? Than the Godfather 2. Whenever Sonny got lit up like the 4th of July, whenever he got lit up by like 6 dudes, bro. This is a setup worse than that. Crazy.
You may have seen this artwork that shows the Thunder Warriors killing Custodians, which may cause some confusion. However, this is just a great fan art of someone who likes Thunder Warriors. As far as I'm aware, not even a single Custodian died during the culling.
Not even one? Bro, this was the setup of doom. Close that back door, can't get snaked by your homies. Yo, close the back door instantly, bro. Lock it, to be honest with you. This is the back door of doom. Wow.
Despite the Thunder Warriors being greater than Space Marines, they were still significantly below Custodes. However, some Thunder Warriors would actually escape and survive this massacre. Ushotan, the leader of the Thunder Warriors, led one group of survivors, who would then go on to attack the Imperial Palace in a suicidal gesture of defiance. They were cut down by Custodians and Dark Angels, with Constantine Valdor personally slaying Ushotan. A few other groups would form together and escape off-world, arriving at a penal colony and helping aid an uprising. The World Eaters, at the time called the Warhounds, would be sent to quell them. There was nearly 3 million rebels backed up by a solid amount of Thunder Warriors. The Emperor wanted to make an example of the rebels, so he sent in the Warhounds. The Warhounds were brutal, which was the point. Sure, other legions had tactics better suited, but the Emperor didn't want a victory, he wanted destruction. Now shockingly, although each Thunder Warrior was slain, he would take 3 to 5 Warhounds with him, a pretty insane kill ratio, but there are a few things here to consider. The Warhounds were playing to the Thunder Warriors' strength, just a raw melee slugfest. These were also fresh Warhounds that had never seen combat before, taking on veteran Thunder Warriors who had survived the entire Unification Wars and even the Massacre at Mount Ararat. So if you keep that in mind, a more realistic kill-death ratio for an average Space Marine versus an average Thunder Warrior should actually be a pretty even fight, with the Thunder Warrior having a physical advantage. Think of it like how Sigismund cuts through Space Marines like chaff, easily killing dozens per engagement. Every fight we've seen between Thunder Warriors and Space Marines has pretty much always included veteran hero tier Thunder Warriors. The final group that escaped was led by Tyranids, one of the greatest of the Thunder Warriors and a bit of a genius who was attempting to fuse Space Marine gene seed with Thunder Warrior physiology to fix their degradation. He hid amongst the people of Terra and seemed to be the only Thunder Warrior group that survived, his final fate unknown. Now the real tragedy is that the Thunder Warriors still loved the Emperor despite the culling. Even Arak didn't seem to hold much ill will towards him, simply stating that it's unfortunate that the Thunder Warriors were degrading and it must have just been a sad side effect.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe this is just me, y'all, but if I'm the Thunder Warriors, bro, and I found out that the Emperor set us up like this, bro, no lie, bro, like, bro, obviously I'm gonna go out bad. They gonna light me up like the 4th of July, like I'm gonna die. But yo, like I gotta like set like I gotta set some type of bombs or something like that. So just in case, whenever I do go out bad, bro, I can like, while they're lighting me up, I can accidentally like, you know, press a button and all the explosions can go off and stuff like that. Like, yes, I will die, but I gotta go out with something, bro. I gotta go out with like a 7 kill streak or something. I gotta go out with like 3 predator missiles or something. There's no way.
He wasn't interested in vengeance against his creator, more so just a way to stabilize his dying body. It's like the child of an abusive parent who still seeks their parents' validation and justifies the mistreatment. Now how did this action end up potentially fucking over the Emperor in the long run, and what could have he done instead? Well, despite his best efforts, many people, including the Primarchs, were aware of, or at least suspicious, that the Emperor had culled the Thunder Warriors, that he had thrown away a tool that he had no longer had use of. Hence many of the traitor Primarchs actually got nervous as the Crusade was ending, as that they believed that they would be the next round of Thunder Warriors. That when the war
Boy, I'll be spooked too. If he could just get rid of, if this man can legit just get rid of something that he created, bro, we might be next. I'd be spooked like I seen a ghost too. Like what? No lie, bro. Like, and this is what I'm saying, bro. Shout out to Vulcan because he actually has a bomb that let's be real, bro. Vulcan, he's really like the prized possession, bro. At any moment he could press a button, this whole thing would be blown into smithereens, right? If I'm Vulcan, bro, I could just go to my goat right now and be like, yo, goat, I know you about to crash out right now, but goat, please don't press the button. Yo, please don't press the button. Please don't do it, goat. Please listen to me, your right hand man. Like, at the end of the day, bro, Vulcan has a button to where if he pressed that thing, bro, everything is finito. Everything is gone. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. Like, if it was really up to me, bro, and I'm a traitor Primarch, I gotta have some like logistics in the background. Just in case the Emperor whatever catch me off guard, I can press a button and everything can just be GG's.
Were finally over, the Space Marine legions and their Primarchs would be culled. Many of them actually used this as one of their justifications for turning against the Emperor, almost as if they were preemptively protecting themselves and their sons from his eventual culling. If the Emperor treated the Thunder Warriors with respect and not culled them, it's likely this fear never would have entered the minds of the Primarchs, thus potentially preventing the fall of 1 or 2 of them, like Perturabo or Mortarion, enough to tip the scales for sure. This isn't just me theory crafting. Traitor Primarchs discussed the Thunder Warriors in the lore in this context. Now we know the Emperor had no culling plans for the Primarchs and their legions. He even built a paradise retreat with Primarch-sized houses in the palace that almost seemed like a place he and his sons could retire to after all the works were over. Plus the galaxy would never truly be at total peace.
Yo, he built those boys mansions in the palace. He gave every... Bro, how big is that palace? Yo, the Emperor, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Shout out to you, but like, no lie, like, looking at how big the palace is, and like you just said, you got mansions for all your sons, right? I'm not gonna lie to you, I already know Diddy parties go down there, bro. I already know Diddy parties and I already know Diddy parties and baby oil parties be going crazy in there, bro. Some freak off-ish be going crazy at the Imperial Palace, no lie.
Due to the Orcs, Necrons, Eldar, and Tyranids, but mowing down his Thunder
and count me in.
Boys certainly did.
Pause. No, hey, that was a joke. Pause. Hey, chill out, yo. Chill.
Help here. So what should the Emperor have done? Well, the way I see it, he had 3 good options. Option 1. Take the remaining Thunder Warriors with him as his own personal retinue and deploy them into some of the most grueling war zones in the Sol system, letting them die in glorious battle for the Imperium. With them by his side, he could use his power to prevent their minds from collapsing long enough for them to die in battle. Alternatively, he could have put them all into stasis and kept them as a secret weapon to deploy to protect the Imperial Palace. Imagine during the siege, as the enemy assaults the Eternity Gate, the Emperor just deploys a few hundred enraged Thunder Warriors. It would be epic and quite effective. Lastly, he could have invested in stabilizing the Thunder Warriors and allowing them to fight on as Crusade era advisors.
But at the same time, though, let's keep it real for what it is. Maybe the Emperor didn't even want that in the first place. Maybe he just wanted to just to get rid of him. Like, maybe he just didn't, maybe he, like, looked at him and found no use of him. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, if I got the Astartes, bro, in my back pocket, and I got the Thunder Warriors right in front of me, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. If I know I got a better option in my back pocket, bro, get out the way, bro. Like, seriously.
Or heroes. We know it was possible to stabilize them since Arak Tyrannus was doing so, and he was not even as close to being as gifted as the Emperor in biomancy. At the end of the day, the culling of the Thunder Warriors was just one of numerous mistakes the Emperor made due to his lack of attention to detail and only focusing on the big picture, not the small steps along the road, alongside his obvious rushing of everything. But hey, at least there's a dope as fuck diorama that now exists of it. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel,
shout out to Majorkill, man, for the video. I mean, like I said before, bro, if I'm like one of the Thunder Warriors, bro, and I hear that the Emperor about to just clean us all up, that he about to backdoor of doom us, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I gotta blow something up. I gotta go out with a bang, bro. No lie. Comment down below what do y'all think about this video. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna see y'all later next time out. Hopefully you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys, ate a lot of food. I think I ate like 5 plates yesterday, but I'm reaching GOAT, levels and just territories. I know a lot of you guys can't really keep up with me, but shout out to everybody, man, that watched the videos. I'm thankful for every single one of y'all, man, for watching my videos, and yeah, peace out, everybody.